Hey guys, it's J Tutorials, and today I'm going to be bringing you my Tactics Vanguard, and this is on the map Odessen. And although that I come in a little bit late, as you can see, the round already started, I jump right in, see someone behind me, and so I go in and start up my rotation. Putting all my delayed damage on him, getting my burst in, and then continuing to fight him. He kind of kites me away, so I make sure to stun him, and continue doing DPS. I'm starting to spam my shoulder cannons, but I missed my opportunity to do my battle focus. I threw a couple delayed damage, ran away, and then finished him off with the grenades. Then I see two more people on me before I can heal, so I make sure to use my group stun, and I try to use my death from mortar volley, but it got interrupted. And then as I use my time, hydraulic overrides, use my mid packs, go around the corner, get the healing thing, and then go back into the fight. I'm again kind of kiting away from them and finishing them off with a tactical surge. Then going again on this guy, my other guy is helping me out a little bit. I'm setting up for a big cell burst, so I get a nice 13k cell burst, and then he does his guarded by the force and other defensives. I make sure to pull him just to kind of reposition him away from my other teammate, and then put a couple delayed damage on, so as soon as his guarded by the force ends, I'm able to get some big burst in and finish him off. Now what I do not do is I do not attack him at low health. Tactics Vanguards are very squishy when their defenses are down. So then once I heal, I'm able to start up my rotation again, come in from the top, and get some big burst on this stage. Then I'm able to channel a big mortar volley for 4 people. And then I'm getting a little bit of focus from this merc right here. So I get on the healer, and then start up my DPS again, put on a stun, kite away from the merc again. Again, on the map, half of your survivability is just kiting, using line of sight, getting behind targets, and being hard to attack. Now I run away and jump back in, and by doing that, I pulled one guy away from the fight, so that he had to run, turn around, and chase me, which is a lot harder for him to do. I kited around him again, throw on some delayed damage, my healing packs keeping me alive, shoulder cannons, and then a nice 18k to finish him off. Then going again, and notice my position on the side here. I'm positioned behind a pillar, so that even if there's fights on the right hand side, they can't attack me. So a quick start to the game right there. As soon as I walked in, I did a 1v1 and then survived a 2v1 until my friend could help, and then we won a node as the round changed. So those are my quick discipline and gear. My gear is pretty poor on this character. I haven't really played him a lot. So then I do my little delayed damage thing, get a nice quick burst on him, and then go to the next node. I kind of see that there's nothing to do, and when you're a Tactics Vanguard, your heal builds energy loads. So when you're looking around, when you're going on your map, make sure you're hitting your heal. So then once I saw that mid was open, I went over to help, and it's a good thing I did because I saw someone there. Again, using my hydraulic overrides and my 2 grenades as a gap closer until I could get in and do some nice bursts. Tactical surge might have been not the best move to use right here. I thought it would be a more delayed fight. Then I see the guy in the edge of the doors. I throw a couple grenades on him, make sure to hit a stun, and then to test the saber reflect, I just do rapid shots, and that's a good way for me just to tell when he has the saber reflect up. You gotta be careful. You can kill yourself very easily because Tactics Vanguards have a very good delayed burst, and we can do over 30k in a cooldown, and if that comes back on you with a saber reflect, that's easily will lose you the fight. So I'm kiting away again, kind of getting behind his back. One thing I'm doing poorly here is I'm refreshing the dot with a gut. You do not want to be refreshing your dot more than once because all of your other moves refresh it for you. And so that's one criticism I have for this fight. Again, just kind of making sure I'm using my taunts because my group taunt gives me extra damage protection. I'm using everything in my disposal here. Now remember that juggernauts are melee classes, and have that perfect mid-range. So as you can see, I'm kind of kiting away. I'm doing all of my grenades and abilities on the run so that he can spend less time attacking me, more time trying to catch up. And as I do that, my grenades finish him off. So then I'm just kind of checking my shoulder. I heard some fighting on the other side of the wall, which is why I checked it out. A quick call in the chat to tell people where everyone is. Calling out spaceship or anything, I've not seen anyone really do. So I'm just call it north, south, east, west, mid. And that seemed to work pretty well. Again, I got pushed back, so I channeled a mortar volley. I hit him with a stun to interrupt his healing. Start some delayed burst. I'm not really sure where he went. I think he phase walk out, but I finished the other guy out with a stock strike. went in with some shoulder cannons, and then continue my DPS. That's another thing I'm still working on. This is the first time I've really played this character in a month or two, so I'm pretty rusty. But you want to make sure that you're using your shoulder cannons a little more than I am right now, because the quicker you use them, the quicker they're on cooldown, and the quicker you can use them again. So it's just it'll help your DPS a little bit to use them as soon as you can if you're using them offensively. If you're using them defensively, then yeah, you want to use them as soon as you're down about 3k health, because that's what my shoulder cannons are healing me. And so we're cleaning up the node pretty well right now. Again, just kind of doing some DPS. Hit him with all of my delayed damage gut, and as the grenades go down, it's pretty fun to see his health drop in one global cooldown. So that's one thing I really like about this spec. It's really fun to play. You have so much utility. You have a pull, you have a jump, you have all these different gap closers. Like again, I threw on a taunt with him, so my guy could be helped a little bit. He did a nice barrier right there, and I wish the game makers would fix this. If stealthers can't guard in stealth, then you shouldn't be able to guard in a bubble, but it is what it is. I hit him with the stun just so he couldn't go anywhere. A couple of ticks of delayed damage, and my regular rotation finishes him off. Again, after we got this node, I decided to circle back. I make sure to grab these speed boosts as you come down. And even though that there was no one on this node, there were still a lot of people fighting, and I want to make sure to help out my team. The quicker you can clear out people from like a 2v2 or something similar, the quicker they can go on to help other people. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed what I did right there. It was pretty quick, but notice how I attacked the person with higher health. The reason for this is our rotation is delayed damage, and if I attack the lower guy health, by the time my saw plastique and my sticky grenade went off, the guy would be dead. So on the higher target, even though a lot of my other characters I say go on the lower targets, you want to go on the higher target in a situation like that, so that you're able to kill the guy and have your delayed damage go off and used effectively. So again, just bursting down that power attack really well, and then switching on the Merc. We have 2 stealth classes. I have all of my attacks up really well. I should be using my shoulder cannons a little bit more. And then we are able to cap the node. Again, as soon as the battle stops, you've got to be healing. We don't have any off heals. Our energy loads reset on the heals. You've got to make sure you're healing out of combat as soon as you can. So then I kind of use my hold the line or hydraulic overrides as a gap closer just so I can get to the other node. The other operative was defending that one. And so then I quick call out to the chat. What I probably should have done is I probably should have stunned the guys or done something, but I was talking on the chat and I didn't have the opportunity. So I get pushed off the node. I don't like that, so I make sure I can jump back in, use all of my cooldowns right now. Again, one criticism I have right now is I'm not using my cell burst quickly. The reason for this is that when you go through your rotation, your cell burst is one of your biggest hitters, and it hits really hard if you put all your debuffs on the target. And you want to make sure that you don't die before you use your cell burst, because it's one of your damaging moves. So maybe I should have used it a little bit sooner. So I hope you guys like this quick game. I got some decent DPS, some objectives, and really just going node to node, taking down people. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Here's a quick look at my utilities and gear again. Please like and subscribe, guys. It really helps me get my name out there, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.